is an important conference for the industry, and it's an important forum for people to get together and talk about the common issues and challenges that we're all facing.
Here is the product. It's the Ford Focus. It's coming out later this year. It's all electric, 100% electric. It's up to 100 miles range, lithium-ion battery. It charges a fully depleted battery in just over 3 hours, which is twice as fast as the competition. And we're pretty proud of the box that goes on the wall as well, which is movable. So if you relocate, it can go with you. It draws 6.6 kilowatts. So the reason why that's important is it allows you to get that faster charge time. So as soon as you deplete your battery, in just over 3 hours, you can have a full 100-mile range again.
We do have some data back that shows that the average person is traveling about 40 miles a day. And interesting, it looks like that's very similar to what a Nissan Leaf buyer is doing as well. And what it is also saying is that that's kind of similar to how people use vehicles in general.
Every vehicle comes with a standard 110-volt charging station. Essentially, it's a mobile power cord, if you will. Plugs in any 110 household outlet. It takes about 8 to 10 hours to charge. If you purchase an optional 220 charger or any number of alternative charging stations at 220 volts to 240 volts, those will cut your charging time to about 3 to 4 hours.
If you use the average cost of electricity across the nation, this vehicle is just over 2 cents a mile. Now compare that to a gasoline vehicle that's roughly about 10 cents a mile. So we're talking about 1/5 the cost of a gasoline. So a full fill-up for 100 miles on an average utility bill is about $1.80 for that 100 miles. So it gives you a perspective of why this makes sense for a lot of people.
Another surprising thing that relates to charging and somewhat to copper is that when we tested the concept with consumers, and keep in mind no one had ever plugged a vehicle in before, right? So we just got people together who said they might be interested in buying a vehicle that plugged in. A lot of them really pushed back. Oh, I couldn't plug in a vehicle. I can't be bothered with reminding to plug in a vehicle. 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours is way too long. I want it to charge up in 2 hours. We found just the opposite with our buyers. They never forget to plug it in because plugging it in gives them that electric driving experience that they love so much. And 4, 6, 8 hours to charge isn't a big deal when you're sleeping or you're home eating dinner or whatever. Most of them are doing it during their downtime that they spend in their home anyway.
So we jumped into the charge station business and installation business to support the OEMs. Our initial customer for this business is General Motors for the Volt. And we are their global partner to support home installations for the charging of the Volt.
Copper is a conductor of electricity, and a safe and efficient way to move power from point A to point B is always going to be centered to anything you're doing in the power distribution space.
Every time we do a home installation, of course, you have to run a circuit, generally a new dedicated circuit from the main panel to the location of the charger in your garage or the charge station. And of course, we recommend wiring using 8-gauge wire for a 40-amp circuit, which allows us, even though the current vehicles only require about 15 or 16 amp like the Volt or the Leaf, that will allow the consumer to upgrade in the future when some of the future vehicles will require more energy.